This is probably going to be a complete train wreck because I'm doing this from a different chair, and this is as low as I can get it. And I've even raised the camera, but I still keep cutting my head off, so you might see that a few times this video. But let's go ahead and look at all the new additions to the home library in May. Hey, what's up, bookworms? Mike back with another book haul, this time for the month of May of 2024. We're taking some new things in the office, and not just books, because lots of things have happened over the course of last month that did require some changes in here. But let's begin, like usual, guys. Let's talk about those books that you know they count. I'm talking about digital purchases on your favorite e-reading device. I still use the Kindle Oasis. My first digital purchase, obviously, guys, whenever there's a new Stephen King book, I get it on physical and digital. That is why I have gotten ℙ𝕦𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕤 on the e-reader here. So I did a nice little combination of the two. When I was going to work, I obviously took my Kindle with me and reading from home, reading it from the hardcover. But kind of a return to form for King in some regards, because he did finally move away from Holly and all the detective stuff and got back to, the dark stuff, for lack of a better term. And I felt like it was very, very well done. Another nice, lovely collection of some of his short stories, which continue to be some of his best work, and some that leave you hoping that, or wishing that actually that would have been actual full-on novels. Next up, guys, I did a video recently talking about books I wish had sequels, and I was transparent in that I remembered when I did read it all the way back in 6th grade, which to be honest was a long time ago, that I remembered wanting a sequel to it, but I couldn't remember the details why, because it had been so long since I read it. So I went ahead and said I would like to pick that up and read it again. So I did go ahead and get on digital Watership Down by Richard Adams, a book that is kind of still, for some reason, marketed as a kid's book. But guys, if you know anything about it, the body count in that, it's higher than the first Game of Thrones book. So it's a wild story, and it deals with nature, and nature is not kind. But I'm very excited to one day, hopefully soon, be able to return to this world and see what really just made it such a horror show in my memory as a young man reading this and being like, why are they marketing? It's got bunnies on it, so this is a kid's book? But again, classic in every sense of the word, and I would love to revisit it and remember why I did love it as a younger man. See how I feel about it now, because I'm thinking it's going to age just fine. And lastly, did get an arc from Ryan Cahill for a new book that takes place within the Bound and Broken. I'm not exactly sure of the timeline yet, but for Ryan, this is pretty short. It really is not that long. But this is The Blood That Burns the Winter Snow. I don't know anything about it. I have no idea where it takes place. I have no idea where in the timeline it does happen. And I know that this was part of a collection that he had in another book. So it might actually restrict Ryan from his usual, hey, this is a novella that's 400,000 words. That's an exaggeration a little bit, but Ryan does tend to go a little long on some of his books. And I was like, those are basically novels at this point. But anytime I can return to the world of the Bound and the Broken, I am excited to do that. So thank you, Ryan, for continuing to let me be part of your advanced reader copy team. As for physical purchases, guys, I just said it. I also got ℙ𝕦𝕤𝕚𝕚 on hardcover. This is a really, really awesome cover. Love the ℧𝕦𝕦𝕚𝕚. That story was pretty wild. Lori, that was the name of the book. The story within here that does take place with the act. I thought it was actually just trying to be a cool cover, but no, it actually does play into something in the story. But again, I think that even with some of the books that recently I felt like I've missed a little bit, his covers continue to just be awesome. He hasn't missed on a cover in quite a while. At least I think in the U.S. editions, because some of those ones that other people are showing me, not as good. When it usually feels like the U.S. editions, we usually get the ones that aren't as good. So I don't know. I feel like it's a 50-50 on that. But I'm really, really happy with ℙ𝕦𝕦𝕚𝕚. And again, like I said, I reviewed that on the channel if you want to talk about it. Yes, that's the only physical purchase I got this month, guys, because if you were around and you know the channel did get hacked. And here's the thing, is I was looking to upgrade all my equipment anyway. It actually, before this happened, I had bought a new laptop. Thought it would be easier to do mobile episodes for the show and stuff. Mike's Media Reviews, my secondary channel, trying to bring that back. my wife and I. It's always kind of tough to get all the equipment and just kind of going back and forth and stuff. So I thought it'd be nice to just be able to record from one mobile kind of device. That's why I got the laptop. And if you know a Dell laptop, well, it ain't exactly cheap. And then it got hacked, and then that computer got compromised, and I was too afraid to use it, and I needed to upgrade it anyway. I bought it in 2014. 10 years shelf life for a desktop computer is pretty good, honestly. And so I had been looking to do it. That's just encouraged me to do it sooner. So yeah, those two things, again, those are not cheap if you want to get quality stuff. And I just went ahead and said, that's going to be pretty much the limit of my funny money this month. So that's why the only book that I did pick up was You Like It Darker. But I did get a bunch of stuff from you lovely people. Let's talk about those. Now let's begin with some books that I got from some authors here. And like I always say, guys, I may not know very much about these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the title and a link to each one of them in the description down below. So I encourage you to please check some of these out and let some of these authors get some love, because I think they do deserve it. The first one here, this is The Paradox Legion. This is from C.E. Foltz. Cool cover. This is Stargazer, a novel of 1 million years ago. This is by Stephen Pitzel. Hope I'm saying all these names right. Always, if I say these names wrong, that is my fault. This one, actually, John has actually sent these to me before. John Stevenson, he had actually sent me these previously, and he said, you know, I saw that you do give some of your overstock stuff to the inmates down at Harris County Prison. And I said, yes, I do. So he said, if you don't mind passing those along, I would appreciate it. John, I can definitely do that. I have no problems doing that at all. Get to the point where I do need to make a new delivery soon. I'm not quite their Andy Dufresne, but the people that I do drop the books off are like, man, they love it. They love the stuff that you keep giving. So, yeah, it's great. Warp Asylum. This is a novel by K.J. Ryall. We go there. Appreciate your letter. This is the Endora trilogy by Thomas Prestopnik. Hope I said that right. And Thomas also sent me a really nice letter, and he sent me some green tea. And yes, Thomas, I do drink a ton of green tea. Thank you very much. How do you think I keep these golden pipes just working to perfection all the time? It isn't just coffee. You can't drink coffee 24/7, much to my discontent. But yes, I will enjoy the green tea, and thank you for sending over the book. This is Bowman in the Heart Woods by Jeremy Roscoe. Hardcover. Very nice. Thank you. And then lastly, Kingdom of the Infinity Realm, another hardcover, The Respian Man. This is by Mark and Sarah Kadoshnikov? Many apologies. I know that's probably very, very wrong, but a very, very cool. It almost looks like Homer's Odyssey or something like that. Very cool. Very cool. So thank you guys so much for sending those over. I do appreciate it. Let's move along to some things that I did get from some publishers this month. And with this, again, we might have actually talked, and this was directly from the author. If it doesn't come with a note or just comes with a publishing sheet, I assume it is directly from the publisher. So that's my fault if I did get that incorrect there. See what I mean? You got to keep the tea. You got to keep things going. So let's go ahead and grab some of those here. I got them all the way over here where I got to get off the camera here first. Great YouTubing. The World That Was. This is by J. Pelchin. This is Indigo Starling by Dundas Glass. It's a nice sci-fi cover. It was really hard to get a sci-fi cover wrong, honestly. Ben Date. This is The Outpost. That looks very The Stand. Archangels of Funk by Andrea Hairston. That makes me think of that Rage Against the Machine song. Which it was actually a cover, wasn't it? Renegades of Funk? I think that was actually a cover song. Showing my incompetence here. Alan Stroud, this is Vigilance. This looks a lot like those Bane covers from all the Bane books that I do get sent. Dream Rider Saga, this is the Hollow Boys. This is the Crystal Key. All these are by Douglas Smith. And The Lost Expedition. So I don't know if that's the entire trilogy, or I'm sorry, the entire series. The trilogy obviously would be 3 books. It just says Saga, so I don't know if this is the trilogy, if this is complete or not. Again, like I said, I'll put those links down below. You guys can check those out. A couple more here. This is The Porcelain Promise. This is a arc from Jordan Reed. I'm assuming you're not Jordan Reed, the former NFL football player. But who knows? Maybe, who knows? And this one, they sent me a hardcover and a soft cover. This is Soul Farm, The Purpose of UFOs and Humans by Steve Kim with the Supreme Beings. So there we go. I mean, I think we've all spent our time going down that rabbit hole of are UFOs real and what are they keeping secrets from us? So I do appreciate you guys sending all those over. Got a couple more from the Broken Binding. Anytime you get something from Broken Binding, guys, it is an event and it is something truly special. And with these is that Matt has actually started to work his way into some science fiction now. He started a science fiction pub because it was just fantasy before. And I got the first one for that. This is The Martian by Andy Weir. You guys want to see unboxings of these? I do all the unboxings for the Broken Binding. I do them on Instagram for every single thing that I do get from them. But this is just stunning. It's just, I mean, do you ever get anything from Broken Binding that isn't just magnificent? I mean, look at that. That is just too rad, man. And again, you always can look at the naked hardcover. Sometimes it's just as beautiful, if not better than the cover. The art is always amazing. I mean, it's just, this is just awesome stuff, man. And this is a great book. I mean, I've reviewed it on the channel. I love the movie. I think everything about the story is just awesome. And I think the Broken Binding is also going to be doing Project Hail Mary and Artemis by Andy Weir. I've never actually read Artemis, but I loved Project Hail Mary. I think that was my book of the year for whatever year that came out. That was my book of the year. So really excited that Broken Binding is now moving into doing some science fiction stuff as well, because I am actually helping them. I say helping them. I'm on the panel with them for Sun Eater because I was kind of the middleman and helped them get that deal done with Christopher Rocchio. So they're going to be doing Sun Eater, and they've included me on the art direction team. And Petrik's like, he knows what he's doing. I'm just like there. I'm just like, yeah, sure. I'll recommend some scenes to be done, but when it comes to like the actual art direction, Petrik is light years ahead of me. So I'm on that panel, but I'm just the nod and smile guy. I really am. But I'm so thankful that they actually did include me in that. It's really cool, and I can't wait to see the finished versions of the Sun Eater books because I'm sure they're going to be just amazing. I talked about Bound of the Broken already. They continue to do that series, and look at this, man. This is for the fall, which is the novella. Which the question I get asked the most about the Bound of the Broken is, should I start with the fall or should I read A Blood and Fire? There's no wrong answer there, guys. You can do either, but when you see this, you might want to start with the fall because holy crap, right? The thing is, I don't think they made very many of these, so I'm just completely blessed that they sent me one. And, signed by Ryan, obviously. But this art, Ryan actually sent me this art for when I did, before this was released, he sent me this art to use in my video for why you should read The Bound and the Broken. And yes, guys, you should definitely read The Bound and the Broken. It's just awesome dragon fantasy. And this is just incredible. And it's amazing that, this is a 90-page book, and it's just getting an amazing treatment here. But yeah, definitely pick up the Bound and the Broken if you've got the opportunity to get your hands on the Broken Binding versions of the Bound and the Broken. It's a lot of the word, using the word broken a lot here. I definitely say you go ahead and you do that because it's magnificent. It really is magnificent. And lastly, I did an unboxing on the channel for The Lies of ℚ𝕦𝕤𝕤, and they sent me book 2, which is Red Seas Under Red Skies, which might be prettier than Lies of ℚ𝕦𝕤𝕤 because I'm a little more partial to black and red. I feel like black and red is just better than green and yellow. I don't know. That's just my personal preference. But again, their edges are just the best, and those go all the way around. So I would never ever do edges out on my shelf. It's tempting. It's really tempting with Broken Binding stuff. But again, the covers are just like, I mean, what else can you say? This is ridiculous. What treatment for these books. Incredible. And then that artwork. Man, I don't think they could possibly make an ugly book at the Broken Binding. Their stuff is just, I feel just awful like touching them. They're so beautiful, I don't want to ruin them in any way, And, I had a lot of people be like, oh, Mike, you don't even like that series. I can't believe they're sending it to you. There's a big misconception by viewers. I disliked The Name of the Wind. Lies of ℚ𝕦𝕤𝕤, I liked. I just thought it was fine. I didn't think it was as mind-blowing as everyone else. I've never read Red Seas Under Red Skies. Or did I say that right? Red Seas Under Red Skies. Yeah, I said it right. I'm thinking about the Judas Priest song, Under Blood Red Skies. That's what I keep thinking of. Sorry, metalhead at heart. But I never actually read the sequel, so would I be interested in doing it now with these beautiful editions? Of course I would. Of course I would. But let's close this down, guys. Talk about some things that I did get sent from some viewers here. Obviously, I got my card from my pen pal, Judy, in California. I appreciate it. And you know what? It's really awesome is you send me those Starbucks gift cards. We are actually on that trip right now that I've been talking about. We're actually on that trip, and the ship that we are on, they take Starbucks gift cards on that ship. So they will finally be getting used. So thank you, Judy. I do appreciate you. This one is from Jay, one of my patrons. She has sent me all of the Jason Pargan books. This is the part of the John Dies at the End. I'm going to be reading John Dies at the end this year, Jay. I do promise you it is going to be happening. It might happen at Fright Fest. It might happen before Fright Fest. But basically what she said was like, I know you haven't read these yet, and I know this is book 3, but I just can't stand to let you have an incomplete series on yourself. So thank you, Jay. This is very kind of you, and I can't wait to talk to you about that because I am doing more horror, not just in October now, and it can happen at any time. I'm going to be doing Ronald Malfi in June, but maybe John Dies at the End could happen this summer. Nice little summer read. Could be a good time. This is from John over at Talking Story. And John's awesome. His channel's growing so fast. I don't know if you guys have been checking his work out. He's great. I'm going to link his channel down below. I want you guys to subscribe to him. But he could not stop messaging me about this book called City of Thieves by David Benioff. And I don't know really a ton about it. He just said it was like so damn good. He actually made a comparison to it. No, he just says, I hope you enjoy this. It made me think of you. He actually made a comparison. I forget what it was when he dropped my message to tell me about it. But yes, this is one half of the team that wrote Game of Thrones and is doing Three Body Problem right now, in case you didn't know. So I know a lot of people, they like recoil when they hear that. And I'm like, yeah, but look, you guys watched Three Body Problem and you loved it, right? I'm trying to say, you guys remember when Game of Thrones was like your favorite show? Yeah. Benioff and Weiss, they were both on the show then too. So when they have source material, they're actually quite good. But this is where the pitfalls lie. I feel like, okay, maybe they're not as good of writers, but John, I take his advice to heart, and he says that this is quite good. So this could be something I would definitely like to check out and see how one half of that supergroup does write a fresh original story. So thank you, John. I do appreciate it. And I know you're going to continue to have awesome success on your channel because I enjoy watching it. And if I could if you could fly your kid out here and let him set up my lighting and stuff in here so it looks like yours, that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. So why am I doing this video in a different chair than usual? It's because Ewin sent me another amazing chair. And guys, this isn't hyperbole. I love these chairs. I had no problem with the last chair they sent me. I like this one better. First off, I think because these are softer, so they feel good on my old man elbows. But I'm going to get up now, and I'm going to show you what this chair is like because it's just amazing, and I cannot just show you while I'm sitting in it how awesome it really is. Let's take a look at it now. Okay, so I thought the best thing to do here would be to compare these two chairs since they have so many similarities. Now, the gold one here is called the Flash XL. It's the first one I got, and this is the new Champion series that they sent me recently. Now, I like both these chairs, but I like the Champion a bit more. I'm going to kind of talk about why. Mostly it's the pillows. You see with the old one here, the pillows just kind of snap around. You can't really get them to where you want. With the Champion, it's a magnet pillow. You can adjust it pretty much anywhere you want. If you're 6'1" like me, you don't always want it to be in the same exact place. This one isn't a magnet, but it's very, very comfy, and you can kind of sort the way you want. Again, this one, pretty restricted with what it can do. Now over here, I feel like I do like the leather a little bit better on the Flash XL. It's waterproof. It really is a little more sturdy, it feels like. Whereas this one it retains heat just a little bit more. So I feel like you will get yourself feeling a little warmer in this chair as opposed to the other one. I'm assuming it gets waterproof as well, but I like that these are kind of softer. The old Flash XL one is kind of hard and it hurt my elbows a little bit. But they are both still fully adjustable in the same way, backwards, forwards, up and down. So you get a lot of the similarities there, but very, very comparable. I feel like the Flash XL is a little bit larger, but the wheels on the Champion are much better. These are just straight plastic, and these they got the plastic in the middle where the color part is, but the outside is metal. So I feel like these are going to last a little longer. They both still have the metal framing down here, so it doesn't feel cheap at all. But again, both great chairs, and I do love both of them. But I feel like the new champion, the blue here, is going to go in my office, on my desk, and the gold will be making its way into our den for family use. Pretty cool, right? I just can't get enough of these pillows. I love that you can move it anywhere you want. It's so cool. So yeah, they are a little high, or higher than my other chair is, so I feel like I'm like standing up while I'm making this video. But guys, that was the book haul for this month. I want to thank all the authors, all the publishers, the vendors, and the viewers who all sent me something. You guys continue to just be the absolute best. The fact that you would think of me when it comes to something like this is just completely flattering, and I do appreciate you. So thank you for sending me this chair, Ewin. You know, you've proven to everyone that I do have legs, and that sometimes can be a good thing, sometimes can be a bad, because they are very pasty white legs. But, you know, we are given what we're given at birth. There's really nothing you can do about it except try to keep on getting better. And that's what I try to do with all of the content on the channel. And you guys make it easier by sending me some of this wonderful stuff that you do send me. So guys, what did you pick up in May? Have you got any of these? Is there anything you'd like to see more of? Please drop in the comments and let me know. I would love to show this. So hit up the Instagram page, like I said, because I show a lot more of this stuff before the book hauls. And if you want to see unboxings and stuff, I do those on Instagram at @𝕬𝕤𝕤𝕤1978. And hit me there, guys. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you guys added to the home library this month, and I will talk to you there.